Hi, I'm Sug.
And I'm Dan.
This is the Demystified Zone.
A conversation about North Korea, who is watching my every move.
Hey, what's up, Dan?
Hey, Sug.
Welcome, everyone. We are doing a special end-of-year podcast recording today, live in each of our... Where are you guys right now? Let's talk. I'm in a kid's room. As you can see, if you're watching the video, by this little watermelon tiger behind me. Where are you guys?
I'm in my office.
I'm in the corner of my kitchen.
Yeah.
Jay's got, if you guys are looking at the screen, Jay is just got his color coordination
Just
booming
on
today.
point.
Yes.
And that picture of that dog. Oh.
He's a
Amazing.
That's my
professional
dog.
here.
That's my
is
dog.
it?
Yeah.
That's a portrait of your dog.
Yeah. In like
What is
old timey, like
Yeah,
an
what is it
old timey
wearing?
outfit. He's wearing like a really old timey, like I don't know what it's called.
It's like a Greek, maybe.
Like a robe?
Yeah, robe-ish type of thing. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Look at Jay.
And then there's a Kermit the Frog right there too.
Mm, mm,
Okay. Jay's
There
on
you go.
point.
he is.
We need to...
Always.
He's always upping our level of professionalism here in the Demystified Zone. He's enhancing us every time.
Yeah.
And also, congratulations to Jay. Brand new daddy. Give it up. Paksu.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Literally, Jay has come running from the hospital because we demanded of him to be on this recording. The baby just popped out. We're like, hey, no excuses, buddy.
Yeah.
Get in here.
You're coming today, whether
Yes.
you like it or not.
How is a baby boy doing?
He's good. Yeah. He's incredible. What a crazy dude.
Give us the dimensions and measurements, because I know that's important to some people.
He was 21 and a half inches, 7 pounds, 15 ounces on Christmas morning.
Oh,
Yeah.
Christmas baby.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas.
Poor
baby.
guy. He's gonna have to share Christmas birthday now.
I know.
What have you done
Yeah.
to him?
It wasn't my idea.
Right off the gate, Jay, you set him up right out the gate. This guy's gonna be like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get one set of presents now
Yeah.
for birthday and Christmas.
Yeah, no birthday parties, just
Because
Christmas
everyone's gonna
parties.
be on break. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're gonna Uncle Dan and Uncle Suggy's gonna send him double.
Sure.
One
Okay,
each.
good.
Sure. One
Yeah.
each.
One for birthday, one for... He'll think we're one person.
Yeah, that's true.
Congrats, Jay.
Congrats,
you.
man.
Thank you very much.
And
You're gonna
this
be a
is only
daddy.
possible because we're doing this online. Like if we were recording at, where we normally record or at my house.
Oh yeah, I'm a
probably
hermit
wouldn't
right
be
now.
able- Yeah, you probably
Yeah.
wouldn't be able. Especially at my house with literally people vomiting everywhere. It's like a war zone.
What is happening at your house right now?
We have the flu. The flu
Oh.
virus. Is it a virus? It's going around this house.
Has it visited you?
Thankfully, no.
Okay. Are you in quarantine right now? Is that why you're in this little office?
No. Well, I've been interacting with my kids. They were like literally in our bed all night on Christmas night. Yeah.
So you're
I've been
potential-
exposed for
you've
sure.
been- okay. Well, thank you all for going through another year with us.
Yeah, man.
For this podcast. It's over. It's now 2 years old. Is it 2 years old now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 years ish. Our first episodes dropped, I think, in the summer of 2022. So,
Oh my
but this
gosh.
is the end of our second season.
Thank you so much for those who are still here. And no thank you to our parents who stopped listening months ago, if not after like the second episode.
Yeah.
you know. But we got some shout outs because we haven't done really shout outs, guys. We don't do shout outs, but
No.
now we can shout out. We have a base of people and friends who listen to us, so we're gonna do some shout outs just for them. And here they go. Thank you, Kevin, Shauna, George, Jugo, Moose, Brian, Ryan. We got both Brian and Ryan. Dan, Tony, our number one fan, the mayor himself.
Yeah.
Tony, Alex, and Frank. That's our listener base right there. I just named them all. Just
Who we
kidding, there's more.
know.
Who we
There's
know.
more.
We know.
Yeah.
Yes. I know there's so many more of you out there. Thank you all for listening and tuning in and listening to us weirdos talk about North Korea.
Yeah.
Hopefully you have found it entertaining at the least and at the best informative. If there was any actual solid data to be had in any of those episodes. I think there were, you know. Jay did a good job Googling this year, so I think we got good, solid, tight information, right? Wouldn't you say? I think compared to last year, we've upped our game. What do you think, guys?
I think so. I think our sound effects are just way better.
They are. Oh my gosh, our music got like even more lit this year too.
Yeah, definitely.
We got everything.
Litter, as I like to say.
You do say that. You do say that often. So much. Okay, you guys, let's talk about what's been your DMZ highlight this year. Let's go back into the year. Let me just give you some things. We talked about a ton of stuff this year. It was actually a really fun year of episodes. Let me just give you some broad strokes. We talked about the border crossing, missile launches, of course. We had Russian meetings via train. We did Taekwondo talk. We did a lot of DMZ history since that's the name of our show. We talked with Mingyang. Remember that? We talked with Mingyang about comfort women and reunification. We talked about our boy Marshall and his youth, his growing up time. We talked about Songbun, which all of us, we found out, are in the worst tier possible. And more missiles, of course. We always talk about missiles here.
Yeah.
What were some of your favorite, let's go back. What were some of your favorite things this year?
Yeah, I think Songbun, for me, was one of the most interesting topics, and it's actually informed the way that I've talked to refugees. Before they would say Songbun and I would just not know what they're talking about, but now I have a little bit of a grip on what that means. I don't have all the, how many like subcategories are there?
It was like
hundreds,
50
right?
plus. 50 plus.
Oh, 50
maybe
plus.
Like
okay.
51 or he cut it down, remember?
Yeah, Marshall cut
Marshall
it down.
did the great deed of cutting it down.
Yeah. I thought that was very interesting. And then I liked our conversation about his schooling, Marshall's schooling. We just lost Jay there.
It's okay. He'll find his way back. He has baby duties.
Yes,
the baby
exactly.
calls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought Marshall's past was very informative, and I just thought it was interesting how he we get a picture into his childhood, right? Some picture, and how he lived in the West, and all the hopes behind him being a Western educated person being just dashed away by his want for power. It's not a hopeful message for sure.
Well, it gave like a different light. You know, you only see him in one light. And it's this weird haircutted dude in weird suits, right? That is like clapping all the time. Little happy guy, you know? Clapping at missiles all the time.
Yeah.
But it's like a different light of him. Yeah, I agree. I like that one a lot too. In addition to those, I thought those were great. I loved our Squirrel and Hedgehog episode. Learning about that. I like all the episodes where we learn something about North Korea that's just like, I don't know, slice of life, you know? What are the cartoons these North Korean kids are watching, you know? And like having a look into that stuff. I really like that one.
Yeah, it really humanizes them, right? Not that, you know, it's hard to see them as humans, but you kind of see them you kind of have a picture in your mind of like, oh, these poor people, blah blah blah, but
Yeah.
they have cartoons, and that's
Yeah.
like very common ground to all of us, right? And who grew up in the West.
Definitely. I agree. I think from this year and every year that we've been doing this, having come from no knowledge of North Korea and zero or almost zero, I not that this sounds really ignorant of me to say, but like they're human, but it's because the I guess our lens of them is so like small, right? All
Yeah.
we see are belligerent missile launching, a backwards nation, and that's what all that's shown to us via media, unless you spend the time to actually figure out. But that's a hard thing about North Korea. You can't. It's hard to find information and accurate information about it.
Yeah.
So that's been a real good thing.
Can I ask you, Sug, like,
Yeah.
just in totality, right? Like, as of like 2 years ago, you knew very little about North Korea, and to now, having discussed a whole myriad of in-depth issues, how do you feel? Like, how does that make you feel towards North Korea and the people and Kim Jong Un even?
I feel like I'm like one of the premier resources of information now. Just kidding. I'm not. I've done so much.
A lot more than
I've done
most
so
now.
much research on North Korea. No. So I've barely scratched the surface. I think for me, it was just like you said, more perspective, more nuance on a situation I only knew like very basic broad strokes about. I feel like I have been getting a sense of, what it's like. It's like when you go to, I'm going to use this example because I was just there. We just went to Cancun. Everyone has this idea of Cancun here, if you've never been, right? That it's like, oh, spring break, like beaches, a bunch of like college co-eds going crazy, or like a bunch of families hanging out on the beach, Americans. But then as you go and you spend time there, there's actually a local population of Mexican people who thrive and live there and work there. It's not just all resorts, it's not just all, even though that is a big part of their economy. It's a country. It's got its own culture. It's got its own rules. It's got its own, all these nuances in there that in going to any foreign country, you like kind of get to, you either choose to dive in or not. You can choose to ignore it too, by the same token. But it's like how I felt about North Korea. It's like I spent all this time now learning about KJU, his family. I feel like we're like this now. We're brothers, or long lost cousins, and so much so that I actually have a little fear now that there might be tracking me. It's as intimate as it gets, I guess. I didn't fear that before, but now I'm like, maybe I have enough Google keywords now up there that they might be watching me. How about you? I mean, you've been in this work for a long time. You've been to Korea way more times than I can count. Yeah, and you've been working with North Korean refugees. So what has changed for you in the course of this year of doing this?
Yeah, I've actually have learned a lot. I mean, I think we explored my expertise on the topic, which is, how to defect from North Korea. That episode, which was really good, by the way.
Yeah.
But all of these other issues, like these family issues of Kim Jong Un and his brother and his parent, his dad, and all of that stuff, I think it's like I said with Songbun, it informs my conversations with North Korean refugees, and actually literally helps my career. Interestingly enough,
to your point, what we expected, it didn't. North Korea did not disappoint in the drama that we've unfolded and discovered, and the weird, wacky drama that is behind all of it. It is got its share of interesting stories. I gotta say, that did not disappoint, and I continue to be surprised every time.
Yeah, it is like North Korea has this perception of being this really weird, eccentric place, and I still think it is, right? I think, but behind that, there's a lot of heart. There's a lot of it's actual people, and hopefully as people listen to our podcast and listen in, that's what they'll kind of get out of it, is that
Mm,
yeah, it is a fun, not fun. It is a weird place that's often funny to talk about, but it's also a place with real people and people with real problems, and
yeah.
hopefully we kind of humanize it for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. And for those who are new and catching us for the first time, maybe even,
Mm,
thank you for listening. Welcome to the show. And that is what we set out, kind of what we set out to do, right, Dan, in the beginning of this a
yeah.
year and a half ago, or over 2 years ago, maybe, um, is North Korea is such a taboo topic, especially amongst Korean Americans, and so polarizing too sometimes. Um, like our many political topics these days, but there is humanity behind that nation
Yeah.
of all the headlines that we see that are predominantly negative.
Mm-hmm.
And our whole thing was like, you know what? Culture is culture, and culture is the bridge to creating community between different nationalities or ethnicities, etc.
Yeah, and I
And
think
and it can be funny too.
yeah, and it's no, I think that's the thing. Like I was telling you before we started the podcast, like it is this country that's wrapped up in these very large geopolitical issues, but then like they do some funny stuff sometimes, a lot of times. And I think like for some listeners that I've talked to from our donor base, it has like helped them to parse out like, yeah, this is tragic, of course, and these are terrible things in the news, but this corner here is funny, and I can laugh about this, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that we're laughing at the suffering, but we're just laughing at the hair or the outfits or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely bringing nuance to the picture and the whole country, right? And
Yeah.
of North Korea. Well, it's been a great year. Thank you all again for writing with us. I kind of want to start a tradition. I don't know if it's a tradition. Is 2 times a tradition? Does that count as a tradition, guys? I don't know.
I don't
But
know.
we'll see if it catches on. Give us your feedback. That's the other thing, listeners. Give us your feedback.
Yes.
You know, we love all the praises and how good we look on air and all that stuff, but give us more constructive stuff about like content, questions, things you want us to talk about, how annoying our voices are, whatever it is.
Mm.
Let us know. Send us an email, send us a message at Crossing Borders NK. I don't even know our emails.
DMZ
DMZ at crossingbordernk.org. I've said it so many times, but I forgot. Or our Instagram, which is Crossing Borders NK.
Yeah.
At Crossing Borders NK. Please reach out to us. We want to hear from you, especially at the year end as we start a new year.
Mm.
With that said, I'm going to go through our traditional top 10 facts about North Korea we didn't talk about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Cue theme music. We haven't written yet. Just throw something up there. All right. So these are always topics that just caught our eye, but we're like, we can't talk about this for more than 5 minutes. This is ridiculous. But it is a ridiculous topic. Or it's something interesting that we thought would, this year, because there were a lot of things, and we had a lot of episodes that I feel like you all liked more than others, just based on the downloads and the viewership. So I went into, there were like notes that we didn't talk about in some of these shows. So some of these things are just like extras, behind the scenes footage, if you will.
Yeah.
DVD extras. You guys remember those? The DVD extras?
I miss those, man.
I know. So, side note here, does that mean they just don't exist anymore when you buy a digital version? Do they have the extras?
I don't
Remember that was
know.
a whole thing? Like there
Yeah.
were like some like
The
games you could
director's
play.
commentary too.
Yeah. Jay, you got any insight on this?
I know like some of the streaming platforms, they have like the extras section. But
Like you can download the extras part as a separate thing.
yeah, on like Disney Plus or something like that, if
Oh,
you can
really?
watch like the regular movie, and then there's like extras like behind the scenes and all that stuff. It doesn't feel like, if it's
That's
on
a
the
weird feeling for
DVD.
me. I feel like something went extinct in our culture because of that. I
Yeah.
loved those extras. I watched all of them.
Yeah.
Like the Dark Knight
Those
ones.
are
Oh,
cool.
those were great.
Oh, yeah.
So good. Anyway, I digress. All right, top 10. Here we go. Number 1. You may not have known this. Well, this year, as every year, missiles launched. That's kind of always a thing with North Korea. Do you guys know how many total missiles were launched this year, roughly? Last year was, I think, 88. And that was a trivia question, so that won't be another trivia question this year that Dan maybe have gotten. I don't remember.
I did not get that.
How many this year? What's your guess, guys? This is obviously an approximation. I think a lot of sources don't know if it's accurate, but this is the ones we've counted so far.
I would say it was close to 88. I would say 95. A little over.
What do you got, Jay?
160.
Double.
Double it. Actually, it's a lot lower this year. I don't know. Maybe they weren't feeling very missily this year. 36 recorded.
Interesting.
But again, there were a lot of small and short range missiles that were tested that they don't have account for. So it could have easily be 160, Jay. We just don't know. But we're counting at 36 right now. The big boys, at least. So here's a little missile extra headline. North Korea launched a missile at Luka Doncic. Of course, I've
explained to people who Luka Doncic is.
You explain. I think you've been in this more.
My kids love the basketballs. So he is a all-star forward. I think he's a
point guard.
Forward.
He's a guard. Isn't he a guard? Yeah.
He's a big guy. I think he plays.
I know, but he's like a huge guard.
Yeah.
Let's look that up, Jay. What position is he playing?
Luka Doncic is a all-star player for the Dallas Mavericks. He is a sensational scorer and legendary for not keeping in shape but still being awesome. He's not ripped or anything. He just kind of looks, as a NBA players go, like a normal person. Yeah, who's very tall, but
he could be easily mistaken for Dan or myself. That's what we're saying. We could easily be Luka, especially in our shooting abilities. You know. Yeah. All right, so obviously I'm twisting this headline a little bit. North Korea didn't launch the missile at Luka, but in his general direction. Luka was at the Slovenia national team FIBA World Cup in Okinawa, Japan. And he was rudely awoken after hearing a missile alert go off early in the morning when North Korea attempted to launch not a missile, actually, but a spy satellite.
Oh, okay.
Doncic was quoted saying, "I didn't sleep much. It was crazy."
Yeah. I mean, imagine, right? Imagine getting that alert on your phone. I don't think
there was a phone alert. I think there was a loud missile
alarm.
Siren. I think that's what it was. And that's even worse though. Hearing a missile alarm? That's crazy.
Yeah.
But in Japan, it was probably very pleasant sounding. All their alarms sound kind of like.
Yeah.
See me, my son. It's like a missile's coming your way. Kudasai. Sorry, Japanese people. That was really rude. All right, onward. Next headline. All right, this is just one that popped up in our blog, our Crossing Borders blog, that I thought was interesting, but we didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
A bedbug infestation, and actually this is close to my home. Bedbug infestation hits South Korea. North Korea calls it a norm or a Saturday for them.
Yes.
Which is a sad headline, but
it is. It does. This is filed under stories that reveal the disparity between North and South.
Yes.
Like South Korea, they came down hard against bedbugs. South Korean government, once they take action on something, they go all the way. And with a small population, homogenous population like South Korea has, it's very feasible. For example, When they decided to recycle, they went hard on recycling.
Mm.
Like the classification of garbage in South Korea is insane. There are like 6 classifications, each on different day, different types of plastics that you have to sort or
Sort
you
it
get in
all
big
out.
trouble. And they did this
Ooh.
in like a month, you know,
Are there like
as a
6 cans
country.
at every public waste disposal location? Like there's 6 different cans?
Yeah.
Public cans?
Ooh, I don't know about public. I think public someone sorts that for you, but in every home,
You have 6
y-
different cans or 6
yes,
different bins. Oh
and
my
they are
gosh.
militant about
You know,
that.
I actually appreciate that. I'm kind of a
Yeah, it's
little
sweet.
obsessive about recycling because we don't really truly recycle here
We
in
don't.
America.
don't.
I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah.
But back to the subject of bed bugs. Have you ever had bed bugs?
Anyway,
Either
so
of you guys?
yeah. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
No, you finish your thing.
Yeah. So anyway, South Korea, when they said, "Oh, we have a bed bug problems," again, sprung into action, taking all these extreme measures to address the issue immediately.
I support that.
Yeah.
Have you guys had bed bugs?
Fortunately, not. Even when we lived in New York.
It's the
Fortunately,
worst thing in the world, and I haven't even had them.
Yeah.
I only thought I had them because it was something else actually, and it was terrible.
Yeah.
Because after just reading in how terrorizing they are, and it's how difficult to treat and diagnose, it even is. I wish that I know not even my worst enemy.
Oh, really?
And what's weird is bed bugs was kind of a thing this year. Like I'm sure it's always
Yeah.
a thing, but
Mhm.
like Paris, you guys remember earlier this year,
Yeah.
Paris was like infested.
Paris, yeah.
What is going on with the bed bugs? Where are they coming from? Is
Yeah.
that one of the things that we really need in this world? Like, do they? If we just eliminate all of them, are we okay? Like, what eats a bed bug? Right? Are we going to imbalance the ecological, you know, circles if we get rid of that thing? You know, mosquitoes, I understand. You know, the mosquitoes get eaten by something else, or like,
Bats,
yeah.
yeah.
But bed bugs, come on, do we need those?
I
Life?
don't know.
Do we need those to exist? Can those
I
just
don't-
go extinct?
Maybe my kids would know. You know, they're in elementary school studying the food chain and all that.
Okay.
I doubt it though.
We'll consult them, our experts, later.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Satellites. This year, North Korea attempted 3 separate occasions to launch a satellite into orbit. The first 2 suffered and failed during the boost phase. And then the North was able to successfully place its spy satellite in orbit on its 3rd launch attempt. Did you guys know that? That's a little concerning. They got a satellite. It took them a long time, but they got it up there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not surprising. Yeah, I mean, it would make sense that that it would happen like that. You know, interestingly, South Korea, I know someone in the satellite business. In South Korea, you can't have any South Korean satellites that will go over North Korea for fear of spying. So I guess the cloth doesn't cut the other direction because North Korea is outright like launching spy satellites. So I wonder if South Korea now is saying, "Oh, I guess we could do this." I don't know. I don't know.
When I hear this headline, it fosters a familiar feeling that even early in the podcast, something has changed about my view of North Korea. I think my original view of North Korea 2 years ago was like, we're talking about a state that is living in the 1800s still.
Right.
Like they're still like shooting with muskets and like, you know, but more and more I see like how technologically advanced they actually really are. And yes, there are things that are still off, but they can hack crypto accounts. You know what I mean? Like they are modern in some ways, but then in some ways they're not. So it's always like confusing. It's like a dichotomy to me. Like this is your first satellite, but you're, you know, hacking billionaire crypto accounts. I don't know. You know what I mean? And it just confuses me a little bit. But does that make you feel uneasy, guys, that a North Korean satellite's up there now hovering over us, maybe even at this moment?
No, I don't care. What? Are they gonna track how many like poos that I pick up from my dog. You know,
They're
like what
they're
are
just
they, what are
taking
they
like
doing?
film photography up there. They gotta develop the shot still when it comes back
Yeah.
down. I don't know, but that's up there now. So now we know.
Hmm.
All right, moving on. We got a lot to go through, so I'm gonna move a little quicker here. Here's okay from our episode, the Kim Possibles, episode 41. If you listeners want to go back and listen to it, was a great episode. We talked about the long era of the Kims. Kim Jong Il. Actually, we talked about like a lot of these myths about Kim Jong Il, or like these like what did we call them? Like just amazing feats that he's done. And there's one that we didn't share that I always thought was ridiculous. I don't know. It was a little bit weird, so I didn't put it in, but it's fine to share it in this context, I guess. It says shared addictions. This is a little sad, actually. So, in a tell-all book written by an ex-staffer, Kim Jong Il, father of Kim Jong Un, is said to have all members of his admin staff injected each day with a painkiller that he was prescribed after he was injured falling off a horse. Kim apparently did not want to run the risk of becoming addicted to a drug that nobody else was hooked on.
Oh wow.
Oh, jeez.
Isn't that terrible? Oh my gosh. If he was become addicted, the story goes, everyone around him would be as well.
Okay. That logic makes so much sense, doesn't it?
That's a different kind of opioid crisis. That just I don't understand. I don't understand how that would help you at all. I mean, now your staff is like inhibited to do their jobs because they're all hooked on opioids. Isn't that crazy? This is one of those factoids that didn't land in the top shelf of what he's good for, but
I'm telling you, I think we mentioned this before. I think Kim Jong Il was the off his rocker type of dictator that we all like to make fun of. I think Kim Jong Un has a much better head on his shoulders, and his grandfather Kim Il Sung. Kim Jong Il.
yeah, Kim Jong Il was definitely the black sheep of the three, if you want to call it that. You know, like he's like something is not adding up over there.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
That's a
All
lot
right.
like ancient Egypt, right? Is like
Mm.
like the pharaoh gets buried and
Oh
all
yeah,
of his
and all of his
like
servants.
people and servants get buried along with him or something.
Yeah,
They take him with them.
Uh-huh.
Well, at least he didn't do that. You
Yeah.
know,
You never
guess-
know.
I guess there's
You
always a
never
worst
know.
case scenario, right? A worser case scenario. All right. In our episode about Taekwondo, I forgot what number that was. I'm sorry. We talked about the North Korean version of Taekwondo, but
Mhm.
there's a little factoid that we kind of glossed over is who the
That is
godfather.
episode 31. Sorry.
Thank you. Episode 31. The godfather of Taekwondo. Do you guys know who the godfather? I think I briefly mentioned it, but I like glossed over it in the episode.
James Brown. No, that's the Godfather of Soul.
Yes, close. Very, very closely related.
Good
Jay, do you
footwork
know?
for everyone.
I don't know
No.
why I'm asking Jay, but I just think he knows all forms of martial arts. It was a general named Che Hong Hee, or Choi Hong Hee, if you're Americanizing it, who actually lived in the north part of Korea before the war, when it was one country, and then he moved after the Japanese occupation, moved to the south, and developed all these styles of what's collectively known as Taekwondo. And he trained the South Korean military in it. And he was nominated or Canada nominated him for the Nobel Peace Prize at one point. This guy's got a lot of stuff. He dedicated his life not only to Taekwondo, but also bringing the homeland together through Taekwondo.
A unifying force.
Yes.
Thank you.
Here's some more. Seungmin Rhee, who was the ROC president, the Republic of Korea president at the time, made it official in 1955 that Taekwondo was the official martial arts of the Korean Army. And he was also Choi was nicknamed the Nelson Mandela of Korea. I don't know
Okay.
if I'd go that far, but but okay, I get it. He's a big deal.
Sure.
He was a big deal. All right, moving on. In sports, another sports headline: the Asian Games 2023. Raging North Korean footballers attacked a referee following their defeat by Japan.
Yeah.
Did you guys remember this headline? We did not cover this. It was just, honestly, I don't know. I looked at this and I was like, I could understand. So basically, what happened? There was like a late call. There's a YouTube video. We'll definitely put it in the notes, but it's not worth showing right now. But essentially, they were just getting a little huffy, and it makes sense though, right? They're playing Japan, like literally their hated enemies, and things got really rough, and it wasn't going North Korea's way because they only lost 2-1 actually. But at the very late game, there was like a call against the North Koreans in the Japanese on their side of the field or the pitch, and one of the guys just lost it and tried to assault one of the referees.
Is that when that missile was launched too?
I don't know.
Luka
It could have been.
Doncic?
It could have been maybe close. Maybe it was a result of that. I don't know. I thought this was funny though. One of the North Korean players harassed the team. Another stole water from the Japanese staff. And that's actually on the video. He just like runs up and grabs the water bottle and starts drinking it. And then he throws it back at them in an insulting manner. North Korea. You know what though? I appreciate it. They played hard. They competed hard. They did their best.
They're passionate,
They are. They want to win. All right, moving on. KJU's favorite band is back. Hey.
Is that the Moranbang band?
You would think.
Girl group?
Yeah, and no, it's not NSYNC. It's not Morangbang. It's this group called State Affairs Commission Ensemble.
Oh.
The State Affairs Commission Ensemble. And they had some pretty lit tracks that I'm going to share with y'all now. We're going to listen. This is one of KJU's favorite tracks. It's called Our Mother, or Uri Omoni. It's got some nice saxophone. A little Kenny G-ish there.
Little Kenny G, yeah.
Yeah.
Full orchestra as always. Never less. We got two ladies here. Oh, there he is. Okay. It's the Korean Kenny G. Oh.
Very glittery dress.
Jay, you need to translate the lyrics as we go through this.
No, I can't do that.
You're the most qualified of us three. It's a very soulful ballad. Yeah, harmonies. All right, that's on KG's playlist right now, y'all. Just so we know. That was hitting his... When the Spotify year in review came up, that song popped up for him.
It's
what are our thoughts?
It's a song about their, it's their warm feelings toward their mom. Much like Tupac Shakur's "You Are Appreciated," Mom. In that, similar vein to that. Yeah.
It's basically the same song.
Basically.
Some might say. All right, moving on. We did one of my favorite episodes I mentioned before was the Squirrel and Hedgehog episode, and we talked about this studio, SEK Studio, which is North Korea's like animation studio, which a lot of other animation studios will outsource to do their cheap animation for. And I'll put this. Oh, I sent this list to you guys already. This is a list of all the Western things that they have done work on. mostly through like some, subcontracting, or they've never been credited officially for these projects, but just through the research of internet and people's contracts, like people will have known that they have done. Oh, my thing just did you see that, guys?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, some emoji just automatically popped up. That was weird. Anywho, so look at this list, guys. Tell me what sticks out to you. I think some of these we mentioned, like the Simpsons movie. We had some
Futurama.
North Korean animators on. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't even know which one that is. If it's like the old one, there's so many reboots of that now too.
Super Mario Brothers Super Show. I think that is the 90s cartoon. The cartoonish, live action thing, whatever that was.
Powerpuff Girls movie.
Interesting.
There's a lot of stuff on from Cartoon Network here. Like I grew up watching Cartoon Network. A lot of stuff. Yeah.
Interesting.
What's
Cartoon
the top?
Network
What's the show you watched the most on this list?
Probably like Dexter's Laboratory, Johnny Bravo.
The Simpsons movie.
The Simpsons movie, yeah. I love that movie.
Yeah, I think mine is like Simpsons and Futurama.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And depending what Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are talking about there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot of mainstream stuff.
Yeah. We were actually watching The Simpsons yesterday because my kids were all sick. We were just watching TV all day. Even though I wasn't sick, I still watched with them because I'm a good dad. But
take notes, Jay.
Yes,
take notes.
Yes, take notes.
Okay, I'll do things that I want to do and say that it was servitude. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So we're watching the episode, the Itchy and Scratchy movie, and they actually had a scene of like South Korean animators being forced to animate for the Itchy and Scratchy movie at gunpoint by military people.
Wait, it was South Korean, or
they said that they were in South Korea. Yeah,
interesting. That's
Kent
so funny.
Brockman was live at the scene of the animation studio in South Korea. Yeah, funny.
Goes to the Simpsons. You know how like this? Everyone says the Simpsons predicts the future.
They predicted their own future.
Yeah. They predicted all these futures. Oh my gosh, their own. They just got the country wrong, or the side of the country wrong, I should say.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so crazy. Oh, I love that show. I can't believe it's still going. I stopped watching it like 10 years ago, but it's like in season 40 or something like that, or high 30s at least.
34.
You guys watch this?
34.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I still watch it. Yeah.
Is it the same format still? I'm assuming it is. Like it's just they keep changing. They make it more relevant to whatever's happening today.
Yeah, I feel like they've run out of ideas a lot. So
does it hit still? Is it funny?
You know, some of them are still really funny.
Really?
Okay.
I mean, it's got to be okay, right? I mean, people have to be watching it.
Yeah.
So long.
It's a classic. I mean, I mean, they never age, so they're giving yourself, an infinite storyline there. Just got to play off of what's going on.
Yeah.
Huh. Were you guys Simpsons, South Park, Family Guy? What was your thing?
Definitely Simpsons.
I was all of it.
All of them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I was Simpsons too, but I'm a Bob's Burger guy now. Like I'm always watching Bob's. That's my new Simpsons. It will replace my Simpsons for me. All right. Move on to number 10. This list is taking so long, but we thank you for hanging out. Today, we're just like lazy. We don't care how long this episode goes. If you're still here with us, thank you.
Thank you.
It's about to get better, too. So if you stick around for the second half of this, it's going to get even better. Last headline is tourism. We talked a lot about tourism in the episode Do Not Travel. And I just thought for the fun of it, I was like, you know what? I'm going to look at TripAdvisor because this is what I do for my vacations already. And I looked up what are the top things to do in North Korea in TripAdvisor. And here's our list.
Wow.
Let's look at it. Let's just do the top 10. All right. Number 1, obviously, demilitarized zone. Number 1 on everyone's list. Clearly. Number 2, Victoria's Fatherland Liberation War Museum. I don't even know what that is. You guys know what that is?
I mean, just read the title. I think it's pretty literal.
It's a very, I guess, yes. That's it. All right, number 3, the Tower of the Juche Idea.
Yeah.
That might be a rough translation there. But it's a flame, like a, I don't know, like a Washington Monument kind of
looking thing with
a flame.
With a fake flame on top, yeah. Juche is their ideology. So,
That's right.
So it's like their, I don't know.
Is that redundant to say a Juche idea, though?
Yeah, probably.
It's a little saying like chai tea, you know?
Yeah.
TT.
Like ATM machine.
Yes. You guys, look at through this list. What sticks out to you guys? What are you going to?
Well, what sticks out to me is these all seem like very boring places to go to. Like they're all historical things, and if that's what you like, then
the first activity thing on here is number 8, the State Circus. You see that? Number 8?
Yeah.
And
that's less historical, although I'm sure they weave their ideology into there.
Yeah, but that's still like, like look at these photos. That looks interesting. They got a dude laying on spears. A lot of empty seats. I don't know why you put that on TripAdvisor, but okay.
Oh, I would love to see Mount Kumgang number 16. Yeah.
I thought number 10 was a little interesting. Just by the name.
Concrete wall.
Jay, read that out. What's number 10 say?
Concrete wall.
That's the number 10 thing to do in North Korea. A concrete wall.
4.5 stars.
Oh my god. 4.5 stars for concrete wall. 52 reviews.
Yeah.
According to this reviewer, CDB, 1524 so many numbers. Overview of the complex fortification system on the southern boundary of the DMZ.
Oh, okay. I see.
Provided by a military guy. It's just more DMZ, I guess. But concrete wall is the specific tour you want to go on. Concrete wall.
I'm reading a review here by Neil and Family 5. It says, as a concrete wall, it's pretty mundane. Just a curb, really. and the blue buildings are empty, so really there isn't much to see. But the significance it has and continues to have on world politics and the tension that goes with it cannot be overstated. It truly was a highlight of my trip and hence receives 5 stars.
So if you're ever in North Korea, those are the things to look out for. Circus, concrete wall, many types of concrete walls. No, but there's some cool stuff out there. Come on, there's some cool stuff. There was a ski resort in there. Did you guys see that? There was a ski resort.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's known.
I would honestly want to, and this is not, I'm not saying this in an ironic way, I would want to taste the food.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You got to do a tour. You got to do a food tour.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that is if they let you out of their main areas, though, where,
yeah.
Or
even in Pyongyang. Like, I'm sure they have great food there.
Yeah. Okay, so that was our 10 facts of the year that we didn't share with y'all earlier. Can't wait to see what next year holds for us.
Can't wait.
We just keep growing. That's our thing here. We keep growing. That's our pie. We keep learning and growing, and hopefully North Korea is doing that, but not in the militaristic way. Though our episodes would prove otherwise.
Maybe.
All right. If you're still here with us, listener, thank you. Happy New Year. It's coming up. Merry holiday, whatever you celebrate past. We'd like to do, just in the spirit of things, have a little fun. Last year, I quizzed y'all and Dan, and the game was you just got to beat Dan. And not many of you did. But I toned it down. I had high expectations of Dan. I thought he was taking notes, listening diligently to each podcast, but he was not. He got like 2 questions right. Terrible performance. So to make things a little more spicy this year and just motivate him, because he just he had nothing to lose, so he just didn't try. Is that what it was, Dan? Tiring year, a lot of things came out of COVID. Who knows?
Yeah, it was the COVID haze, I think.
His brain just wasn't the sharpest that day. But we're gonna do the same. We're gonna give him a second chance. We're gonna quiz him on just we need to encourage his North Korean knowledge growth.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go do some quizzing again. Feel free to play along wherever you listen to this. Send us your answers to Dan's questions by email. There's going to be about 10. We'll see how we get to around 10 or so. And if you beat him, we'll send you something. Maybe it'll be one of those awesome Seolleongtang ramyuns, which was incredible, by the way. Jay, how was yours?
They were amazing. Yeah, they're so good.
It was better than the garlic bread almonds.
Those are still pretty good too.
Those were pretty good though. Yeah, those are good. It was better than the other one, the corn. What was the corn thing?
Corn soup, walnuts.
The chestnut. Yeah, the corn soup.
I like those.
Not for me. Right. Whatever it is. If you beat Dan, we'll send you something.
We'll send you something.
Yeah.
For sure.
Just to motivate Dan a little bit more this year. Make him try put a little more pride on the line for him. We are going to bring in a competitor to play against Dan. In fact, not one competitor, 2 competitors. Dan, are you ready for your competition reveal?
Who might that be?
All right, competitors, show yourselves.
Hi. Hello.
Yes, it is none other than your own children, Dan Chung.
Oh my goodness.
You will be playing against 2 of your children. It was going to be 3, but number 3 play the happy Korean music. That's their favorite song. Welcome, special guests. Can you guys introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about you?
I'm Jack. I'm 11 years old in 5th grade. And
okay, welcome, Jack. What was give us a highlight from 2023. What was the highlight this year?
For Christmas, I got a beat machine.
Oh, just like Dad, didn't fall from the tree.
Musical family.
Music, yeah. What do you think of Dad's beats? Do you like them? Do they slap?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to be better than him, though, once you get this thing going? Okay. Can you give us a little beat right now? Give us a little beat. Give us a little beatbox. My name is Jack, and I'm in the 5th grade. All you other sucker MCs gonna get made. Hey! Oh, wow. That was really good. Give it up for Jack and his beats. I like it. All right, sitting next to you, this young, lovely lady. Who are you?
My name is Stella. I'm in 9th grade, and my highlight of my year was when we went to New York and we had Russ and Daughters. And it's
Wait, what is that?
It's like this bagel shop, smoked salmon on it with like these different fishes.
Oh,
so good.
Ooh, that was the highlight. Bagels. Again, apple doesn't fall far from the tree here. Dad's highlight is also food.
You met your cousin for the first time out there.
No, she said bagel. Oh, yeah. Meeting the bagel was more important than the cousin. And I agree with you. I would totally dig that too. That sounds delicious.
It was a wonderful bagel.
All right, you've met your competitors, 9th grade and a 5th grader. Okay.
Oh boy.
Here's what we're gonna play. Now your pride's in the line. If you lose now, you're not just losing to our listeners out there. You're losing to your children.
Yeah.
Okay?
It'll be even more humiliating.
So bone up, Dan. Get ready. Get yourself
right,
pumped up. Play yourself some pump up music. Jack just did some pump up. You get yourself some. Oh, he's just mixing them all up there. All right, that's getting him going. All right, cut that. We're gonna play Who Wants to Be a Songbun Millionaire? Do you guys know the game show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
No.
Okay, it's beyond you. That's okay. It's just basically a trivia game, okay? I'm going to ask you trivia questions. You guys got to answer them. They'll be based on your level of schooling, which I made some guesses at, to be honest, as I was preparing. So hopefully they're not too hard. And Dad will be answering trivia questions about our podcast and things we've learned about North Korea. Okay? Whoever comes out with more correct answers will be today's winner. And what are we playing for today? Actually, I was going to ask Jaden. Yes. Not only will it be for respect, but Dad has put a $20 prize on the line for each of you if you beat him.
Not listeners, by the way. Just my
yeah, listeners, if you're playing, you do not get money. Let's just make that clear. Disclaimer, we are not giving out money to the listeners. This is only for Stella and Jack.
Yes.
Woo.
But this opposite prize, Portillo's. Okay, yes, you get hot dogs and Italian beefs. That's free of charge. That's just for playing the game. Look for Dad for that, payment. But on the other side, okay, we gotta give Dad some incentive, right? Because he can't just be playing. He's got all the pressure against him. We gotta give him a reason to play. So we've agreed. We talked before the show. Stella and Jack, Dad, have agreed. If they lose to you today, they'll each give you a 30-minute massage for a total 1 hour if you beat them.
Is it continuous?
Continuous, yes. 30 minutes straight.
Yeah. Okay.
To be redeemed at a time that is appropriate for their schedule. You guys agreed to that, right? A good massage.
Yes.
Not convenient, but appropriate. Let's make
appropriate.
That clear.
Yeah. Yes, appropriate. Okay. Not while they're at school, Dad, please.
Some restrictions apply.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Yes. We're going to do waist up only. Waist up only. Maybe even chest up. Chest up only. Okay. So here are the rules of the game. I'm going to give you guys each your question, okay? As long as one of you get your question right, then that's a correct answer. All right? If both of you get it wrong, it's wrong. If both of you get it right, it's just still 1 point right, okay? Now, each of you, Dan or kids, get one lifeline to use. Only one. And each of you kids get one, okay? So you guys really have two. And the lifeline is going to be none other than Jay. Which I don't know how much of a lifeline that's going to be, guys. I don't know if you know. He's a little sleep deprived right now.
It's a mixed bag. It's going to be a mixed bag.
Yeah, he's been not sleeping at a hospital watching his brand new baby or something. Something like that happened. So he's a little... He might not all be there right now. But use it if you want, okay? You guys got it? You guys ready to play?
Yeah!
Let's play! Who wants to be a 성분 millionaire? All right, here we go. Now, the questions for everyone will fall into different categories. Generally, it'll be school categories like math, history, geography, literature, art, science, those kind of things, okay? So I will let you choose. This will be a little bit more Jeopardy than... We're mixing game shows here. But you get to pick what category you want to question from, okay? But you guys have to pick the same category. So where do you two want to start? You can do either math, science, like geography, history kind of question, or like literature, grammar, spelling, that kind of thing.
Math.
Math. Okay, they've gone math. All right, this one's for Stella. Are you ready? This is a geometry question.
Fun.
If A equals B, B equals C, so A equals C, what property of equality does this demonstrate?
Can I get a piece of paper?
No.
No. Wait,
I'll repeat it though. If A equals B and B equals C, so therefore A equals C, what property of equality does this demonstrate? Put your hand out, Dad. This is not your question. You'll have 5 seconds.
Ankle side ankle.
Incorrect. I'm sorry. The correct answer was the transitive property, or the transitive property of equality. I would have accepted either answer. Sorry, Stella. That's a rough bag. Math's not easy. All right, Jack. All right, Dad. No need to rub it in, all right? All right, Jack, you ready for your math question?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you name me 4 prime numbers? Do you know what prime number is?
Yeah.
Okay, name 4 prime numbers. Remember, you guys can call on Jay, even though it's early. Okay,
3.
go ahead.
3?
Yes, that is correct. Name 3 more.
7?
Correct. 2 more.
5?
Yes! 1 more to go. 1 more, and you get the point for the round. You have 5 seconds.
11?
Yes!
Oh.
He gets it!
Let's go.
4 prime numbers.
Dang.
Kids on the board with 1. Jake, you can score.
Yeah,
I
I'll
think
keep
you can
score.
All right, thank you. All right, let's move over to Dad. Dad, are you ready
Yes.
for your math question? You have a math question coming your way. It's not really math. It is, though. Okay. This year, we talked about, in our episode, The Kim Possibles, we went through 3 generations of great leaders. Kim Il-sung, Kim Jong Il, and Kim Jong-un. What are their combined current ages?
Ooh.
It's an easy arithmetic question, Dad. It's so easy. You just gotta add numbers.
Right. Okay, so Kim Il-sung was in his early 70s when he passed, I'd say 71. And I would guess that Kim Jong Il was 65.
He's doing the math. If you get wrong on the math part, that'll be really embarrassing.
Kim Jong Il is like 40.
Kim Jong-un, you mean?
So, and I get no like leeway on this. I have to hit the nail on
I'll
the
give
head.
you a 5-year
Okay,
leeway,
thank you.
up or down.
I'd say 175.
175. Final answer?
Yes.
Incorrect. The correct answer is 191.
Ooh,
Kim Il-sung
way
was
off.
82.
82.
Kim Jong-il was 70. And
70.
Kim Jong-un is currently 39 years old.
Okay. Way off.
Dad
Sorry,
doesn't
guys.
get the board. Kids up,
I mean,
1-0.
You're welcome.
All right, kids. Pick another subject.
Social studies.
Social studies. Okay, this is a mixture of social studies, geography, etc. Okay? Jack, we'll
Gotcha.
start with you first this time, okay? Are you ready?
Yeah.
What is the longest mountain range in the United States? The longest.
The longest.
5 seconds on the clock. Okay, gotta give an answer.
I don't know, Mount Everest?
Mount Everest is incorrect. The answer we're looking for is the Rocky Mountains.
Oh.
That's the longest mountain range. Good try, though. Good try.
Oh.
All right, Sal, are you ready?
I am.
Okay. This is a U.S. history question. What year was the U.S. Constitution signed? You were just in New York. You watched Hamilton. They spoke nothing of the Constitution. Remember, you got a lifeline, guys, if you want to use it. You got 2 of them. Jay looks like he's confident in this one. But we don't know. His history might not be very good.
Who knows?
All right, 5 seconds, Stella.
Lifeline. I'm using my lifeline.
Okay, she invokes Lifeline. Jay, can you tell us, or you can just speak freely and give her some feedback of what you think.
I'm gonna.
The question again is, what year was the U.S. Constitution signed?
This goes back to, for me, Schoolhouse Rock.
Okay.
I feel like one of the songs talks about the Constitution, or it might be. I might be confusing it with the Bill of Rights.
It's the Bill of Rights. It's the Bill of Rights.
Then
I think it was.
Okay, well then.
I think it wasn't even the Bill of Rights. It was like passing a bill in Congress.
No, there's multiple songs. There's multiple songs.
Okay.
I can sing the song if you
I could
want.
be wrong.
Yeah. You know the.
We don't need that. We just want the answer. They just need the answer, man.
I'm gonna say 1775.
Okay, you've got a lead from Jay. How do you feel about that lead, Stella? You gonna go with his answer? Or you gonna come with your own?
Yeah, that sounds about right, because like in the beginning of Hamilton it goes 1776, and I'm assuming that like it's like a year or two before. Yeah, 1775.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Incorrect.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh. The correct answer is 1787.
It was after the Declaration of Independence.
Yes, it was
We had
after the
declare
Declaration of
independence,
Hold on.
and then
And
we
actually,
got
That
there
was
is
the
a
song.
School of Rock
That is
song.
the School of Rock song that I was thinking that, and
Yes.
you guys confused me. I was gonna
You know
say
what?
that.
Don't blame
Oh
us.
my
Don't blame
God.
us. You don't know your
Blame
dates.
me.
Okay.
Oh my
yourself.
goodness.
Blame yourself. And yes, there was a Schoolhouse Rock song called "The Constitution" that I just Googled.
I'm
But
sorry.
don't blame me.
I'm
That's your
sorry.
fault.
Okay.
Sorry, kids. 0. You put up a 0 on this one. All right. Look at Dad with his fancy emojis popping up everywhere. Okay. Dad, you ready for your
Yes.
social studies? The whole subject of North Korea social studies. Political questions. Okay. We're actually going to give you a geography question.
Fine.
This is from our DMZ 2-parter episode, but this was from part 1. Okay? How long is the DMZ in miles or kilometers? Your choice. And you must be within 5 miles or 10 kilometers. Whatever you choose to answer in.
10 kilometers is shorter than 5 miles. So I'll go miles.
So use
'cause
miles. All right, if this is going to be like that, it's 5 kilometers.
All right. I'm going to go. Let's go with 365
Miles?
miles.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Incorrect. The correct answer
Come on.
is 155 miles.
That's it.
That is it. If you
Wow.
remember, we talked about driving
did.
between you and me, or
Oh,
I think
yeah,
it was
that's
Champaign.
right, that's
some,
right.
some distance that we said it was the same distance.
Yeah.
All right, Dad's 0-2. Kids, you're still in the lead. Next subject. What's the next subject? I forgot to say technology. Computers is also a subject. I forgot to have computer questions on here. So computers is also a subject you can pick.
Let's
you
do
have-
math again.
You want to do math again?
Yeah.
All right. We'll go with Stella again and see if we can get this one, all right?
Okay.
What is the formula to find the area of a circle?
Wait.
You're taking geometry now.
We didn't go for circles yet. That's next semester.
Ooh, ill-timed.
And you already used your lifeline.
You used your
Jay-
lifeline.
Jay knows this.
I know this one.
It's like pi
5 seconds.
pi radius. Pi radius times 2.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Incorrect, but very close. You're so close.
Goodness.
It's pi r squared. You had it. You had all the elements. Very close. All right, Jack, you ready for your math question?
Yeah.
All right. You know fractions, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to name 4 different fractions. You tell me which one is the greatest one, okay? Are you ready? 1/4, 6/8, 8/16, or 16/32. Which is the greatest? And you can say A, B, C, or D for the, which answer. So I'll say it again. A is 1/4, B is 6/8, C is 8/16, and D is 16/32.
Is it 6/8?
Is that your final answer? You got it! That is the correct answer. Kids on the board for 2. All right. Dad, math question for you.
That was a sarcastic clap, by the way.
That was. He does not support that. But he's also happy that the local education is serving you all well.
That's true.
Not Stella so much as Jack, apparently, but
Me
close
neither.
enough.
Me neither.
Yeah, or it's already failed Jay. All right. Here comes another math question for Dad. You ready?
Yeah.
The DMZ is littered with landmines planted all from decades past. According to the Landmine and Cluster Munitions Monitor, they reported that there's an estimated number of landmines present in the southern part alone around this number. And I'm going to give you 4 choices just to make it.
Yes.
This is a multiple choice. Okay. A, 80,500. B, 150,000. C, 520,000. Or D, 970,000. How many landmines?
What was D?
970,000.
I'm going to use my lifeline here, Jay. What do you think? It's like a 3-mile stretch. It's 3 miles thick. And then we just heard it was 155 miles long.
Sure. I would say, based on my previous experience as an ordnance technician.
Ooh, this is a good lifeline.
Thank you.
Knowing how lazy I am and how if I'm lazy, I assume everyone else is lazy. I'm gonna guess. Sorry, my dogs are barking right now.
That's all right.
I'm gonna guess A.
They're telling you you're wrong.
I'm gonna
The
guess
dogs are warning you right now.
I'm gonna say A.
See, A was my
80,000.
choice because it was like the most specific number too.
I would never. If a commander told me to lay down 900,000 landmines, I would say no. Absolutely not. But if he told me 80,000,
Yeah.
I would say that's more doable.
But Koreans are psychotic. Like
That's okay. All right. All right.
No. 80,000 is a lot.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
That's still a lot.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go A. 80,500.
Final answer.
Yes.
Incorrect.
Oh!
You should have listened to the heatings of your dog. It was actually 970,000 lines. You should listen to your gut, Dad. The Koreans go above and below. 970,000 lines.
Unreal. That's unreal.
Wow.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
Crazy.
Another 0. Big egg for Dad.
Another egg for Jade.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, his logic was based on his laziness. Come on.
Yeah,
That's true.
that's true.
All right, kids. We have 2 more questions. You're up 2. So if you just get one of these, we're gonna give Dad a chance to come back. Though, you know, you guys have 2 more questions. We're gonna give Dad a chance. He can't be embarrassed that easily on his own show.
Thank you.
All right, pick a subject. It can't be math. Let's go. I'm gonna push you towards either computers, spelling and grammar, or spelling and grammar. Pick one of those two.
Do you know anything about computers?
No.
Spelling and grammar.
Spelling and grammar. Okay.
Well, do you know anything about coding?
All right, Jack. You ready?
It might not be about coding.
Yeah, it could not be about coding. Here we go. Jack, here's your word. I want you to spell this word. Okay?
Okay.
We did this in the pre-show and you didn't. Don't worry, it's not the same word, but I hope you get it. Ready?
Yeah.
The word is jealousy.
J.
The word. Yes.
Oh.
Well, I'm gonna let you spell the whole
E?
thing out, just like the spelling bee. Okay?
JEL. E. G.
Hey. No suggestions. You could reach out to Uncle Jay too.
Yeah, this is a lifeline question. You still have your lifeline, Jack.
So J E L G.
Andy is like whispering in his raspy coffee.
We have a hidden lifeline off camera right now. All right, you got 5 seconds, Jack. You gotta give us a final answer here. Make sure you speak into your mic.
J E G. No, lifeline.
Okay, last
Okay.
second lifeline. Okay, Jay, can you save him out of this? Can you spell the word jealousy?
So I am 0 for 2, but I am fairly confident.
And now he's holding a baby.
I am holding a baby now. I am fairly confident that I can spell jealousy. Can you use it in a sentence, please?
The jealousy Dan had over Jay's baby was uncontrollable.
Okay. Jealousy. J E A L O U S Y. Jealousy.
Final answer?
That is my final answer.
Jack, do you agree with his spelling? That is correct!
Yes!
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Stella, your word is renaissance. Renaissance.
R-E-N. Are there 2 letters? Wait.
I don't consider that a lifeline, so I'm allowing it.
R-E-N. R-E-N-I-S-A-N-C-E. Renaissance? Wait, R-E-N. Wait, 2 N's. R-E-N-N-I-S-A-N-C-E. Renaissance. Final answer.
Incorrect.
Dang it.
There are 2 S's and 1 N. It's RENAISSANCE. Very close, Sug. Well done.
I would have
Good
not
job.
gotten that.
You've never. Come on.
All right. Should we just give Dad a spelling question to see if he can spell
I'm
it?
the worst speller ever.
All right. Dan, okay, actually you can choose. Would you like a history question, a lore question, which is history, science, or a computer question?
Computer.
Computer, okay. Earlier this year, we talked about the all-purpose sword, which is a covert operation by the North Korean hacker group.
Yes.
What was the name of the infamous hacker group that stole millions in cryptocurrencies?
Oh man. It was like Bureau.
I'm gonna give you an extra lifeline, just because Jay was shaking his head anyway.
Oh, okay.
You guys can talk it out too amongst yourselves.
All right, Jay.
I have no idea.
Wow. Okay. Bureau. It's like something like that, like office. No. It was very specific, wasn't it? It was like something like disruption, something panel of terrorists or something like that. Project Mayhem. Final answer. I have no idea.
Incorrect.
Oh.
The correct answer was Lazarus Group.
Oh, that's right.
Or I would have also
Project
accepted
Mayhem.
the Who Is team or Guardians of Peace, which were actually code names they used. Dad is what's the scores right now, Jay?
So, kids 3,
Woo.
dad 0.
Yeah.
Let me go to the bank now.
All right, this is just the icing on the top question for you guys. Okay, I'm going to give you. This is kind of a wild card arts question based on interests that I know both of you have. Okay, so
Okay.
Stella, yours will be a D&D question.
Let's go.
Jack, yours will be a choice. You can either pick a Pokemon question or a basketball question. Your choice. And then Dan, you will get an arts question, North Korean arts question. I'm going to give you 2 arts questions, Dad. If you get
Right.
both of them correct, we'll give you a consolation prize.
All right. Thank you.
All right, kids, are you ready? We'll start with Stella. Are you ready for your D&D question?
Yes.
All right, here we go. We'll say we're playing out of all standard versions of Dungeons and Dragons, but we'll go with 5e, or what is it called now? 1, something like that. Anywho, which dragon color is associated with cold?
Like,
I'm going to give you a hint. Well, I'm sorry. I'm going to give you a hint.
okay.
In the campaign that you were part of, that I led, you also faced one of these dragons.
Wait.
Final answer?
Yes.
Correct. It is a white.
Let's go.
All right, Jack. Pokemon or basketball?
Basketball.
Basketball. Here we go. In this current NBA season, who is the leading scorer?
LeBron James.
Final answer? Correct. LeBron James. Can't go 2 for 2. All right, Dan. This is just for saving pride, saving face. The kids have already banked in $40.
Yeah.
You owe them
Great.
$40.
Wait, $20 each?
No, not each.
I'm gonna let you all figure that one out. All right. We have 2 arts questions for you, okay?
All right.
You know what? I'm gonna let Jay try to answer the second one for you. How does that sound? Maybe
Okay,
that
sounds good.
distributes the load a little bit. The first question is for you. In the episode Squirrel and Hedgehog, where we talked about different animations from North Korea, we talked about 4 specific popular North Korean kids shows. Name 3 of them.
Oh my god.
There were 4 we talked about in total. Name 3 of them. And I already
Okay.
gave you one.
Really?
In the title of the episode.
Squirrel and Hedgehog.
Correct.
All right. There was the one about Kim Il Sung as a kid. I don't remember the title though. Oh my gosh. It was
I'll
so
give you a clue.
All
clue.
right.
So you're
Yes.
you're on that one. That one's correct. Like you're close, but you gotta
Yeah.
remember the title.
Yeah, I can't remember the title.
One is about like animals. It's got more animals, not Squirrel and Hedgehog, but it's got other animals in it. And then the last one is about like nature. You just gotta get 2 of them.
All right. The one about animals, Itchy and Scratchy.
Incorrect.
All right, and then the nature one.
Maybe pulls in the Kim Il-sung one. I'll go with that one if I were you.
Okay. So, our great leader's childhood.
The Adventures of Kim Il-sung.
Incorrect. The correct answers we're looking for were Squirrel and Hedgehog, Boy General is the one you're looking for.
Boy
General. Clever Raccoon Dog.
Raccoon dog.
That was your Itchy and Scratchy. And The Great Book of Nature. The Great Book of Nature. Okay, Jay, you can help Dan save some face here, but I don't know if you're going to like this question. It's about your favorite movie you watched this year.
Oh, jeez.
Pulgasari. We all know.
Yes.
Long record, Jay loves this movie. It's one of his favorite in 2023. Pulgasari. It's a North Korean Godzilla movie. What was the name of the female lead in Pulgasari? The character's name, not the actress.
I know it. I know it.
Name. Let's give Jay a shot here. He loved that movie. He gotta try.
Oh man. Okay, so I did watch it.
Wow.
I watched.
Didn't even ask.
I watched the whole
What is
thing.
with this defensiveness here?
I'm just telling you right now. I did watch it. I still hate it. Okay. I'm gonna go with. Oh man. I don't know. I don't know this
Starts
one.
with an A.
There's an American version of this name that sounds exactly the same,
Oh, yeah.
almost.
Hmm.
Your son is begging you to get the answer.
I
right
know.
now.
I
He's
know.
reaching for you. He disliked the movie so much he blocked out all the details of it from his mind.
I'm gonna say An. Is it An?
Dan, what's the correct answer?
Ami.
Ami is correct.
Ami.
Dan comes through, redeeming himself at the very end with one correct answer.
You always make my questions like impossible.
They're not
For me.
impossible. They're very. I gave you a multiple choice question in there.
Yeah, that's true.
And you still got that one wrong. Congratulations, kids! You won.
Let's go! $20 check.
Yeah.
I will leave the producers to take care of all the paying and prize monies.
The tax implications.
The tax deductions. Thank you for joining us, kids. Have a great year.
Thank you.
When do you guys? You have 2 more weeks of vacation left. What's that all about?
I honestly don't know how much longer we have left.
Dad will kick
So-
you out. He'll let you know.
Yeah,
Got
I'll
it.
let you know when it's time.
Thank you all for joining us on this year's final episode of the year podcast. Thank you, Jay. Congratulations, Jay.
Thank you.
Congrats, Jay.
Thank you.
Dan,
Oh,
Yes,
you did
sir.
your best.
I-
You did
I
your
did.
best. Every year, that's all we can ask of you, to do your best. And every year, I make the questions harder and harder. Hopefully, this year you go back and study. This
will.
coming year, 2024, we'll have brand new episodes. Everyone tune in to the Demystified Zone. Like us, share us, download us. Thank you all for supporting and listening in this year.
Thanks,
We
guys.
appreciate it. And we'll find you all in 2024, wherever you find your podcasts. Say bye, everyone.
bye.
Bye.
In Korean.
Wait. 안녕히
Let's edit that out. Hey, listeners. listeners, if you're enjoying the podcast or becoming more interested in North Korea, or maybe you're just feeling generous right now, please leave us a review and share it with your people. It'll help us to continue to grow this show and spread awareness about North Korean refugees and all that is going on over there. And it'll also help prove to my Amma that my career choices were right.